Radon is a radioactive gas that can cause lung cancer.
That video is part of a public service announcement from the Pennsylvania Department of Environmental Protection, urging people in the state to test their homes for radon. The magic number is 4. That's 4 picocurie per liter. The Environmental Protection Agency hopes you have less radon than that in your home.
So if you do some testing and you're above 4, then you want to do some sort of follow-up testing.
The radon expert with the DEP has some other suggestions too.
We'd like to see radon testing occur during real estate transactions. We would like to see radon testing occur in schools.
Right now, schools in Pennsylvania are not required by law to test for radon.
We're one of the worst states, if not the worst state, for radon in the entire country. So if anybody should be doing it, we should certainly be doing it, or we'd like to.
Since there is no law requiring schools to test for the cancer-causing gas, some schools don't.
Schools generally don't have the high levels that homes see. They're not going to be probably in the 50s and 100s or even higher than that, but they still can have radon high enough to be of concern.
Because there is still a concern, the DEP would like for schools to test every 5 years. FOX43 Finds Out sent right-to-know requests to 9 central Pennsylvania school districts, selected at random, to see if they have tested for radon in the past 5 years. Out of the 9 districts, only 1 has performed a test in the past 5 years. And that happened in only 1 school in the Penn Manor School District. Conestoga Elementary School in Lancaster County had radon testing in August of 2015, with the highest reading of 3.1 in the school's conference room. 2 other districts did have radon tests done in the last 15 years. Central York tested every school in its district in 2012. After the first round of testing, both Central York High School and Stony Brook Elementary Schools had readings over 4. The schools were then retested with HVAC units pulling outside air in, and both schools had readings below the EPA guidelines after that. Shippensburg Area High School had radon testing done back in April of 2003. A classroom and cafeteria office in Nancy Grayson Elementary School both had high readings, 7 in the classroom, 4.1 in the office. The company that provided the radon testing recommended the district retest those 2 areas in June of 2003. The school district did not give us information as to if those retests ever happened. All of the other school districts we reached out to, which include Dover area, Middletown area, Cornwall, Lebanon, Greenwood, Conewago Valley, and Carlisle area, all said they have no records of radon tests. A representative for Cornwall Lebanon School District did say there were tests done more than 10 years ago. The results were extremely low, and the buildings have since been renovated. However, we did not see a physical record of any of those results. Now remember, the school districts are not breaking any sort of law. There is no requirement to test for radon, just a recommendation. The DEP has pushed for legislation, and so far, nothing has been passed. DEP officials also understand that for schools, radon tests can be costly.
In a home, you got 1 test kit for $20. In the school, how many classrooms, ground contact classrooms do you have? Potentially hundreds. Then if you find radon, you have more problems, even get more expensive. So it's definitely, a cost issue.
Now, the EPA does recommend all schools be tested for radon, and did also say that it's up to the states to decide that, though. The State Department of Education says it implements laws passed by the state legislature. A bill keeps being introduced, it just hasn't been passed. Now, at least 1 state does have radon regulation testing in schools. Back in 1991, Colorado schools were required to test for radon. New and remodeled schools must be tested within 19 months. Missouri also has tested all of the public schools there. Now, that's not because of a law. Instead, it's because of a grant. It's the State Indoor Radon Grant. And it appears Pennsylvania has also received that grant. We did reach out to the DEP to see what they're doing with that money, or what that money could be used for, if it could be used for testing in schools. So far, we haven't received an answer on that yet.
Be interesting to see where this goes from here, if they will get back to us and let you know if they're going to be doing this testing, because it sounds like obviously it's a big deal.
And the schools that have done the testing, I mean, there are so many classrooms in schools, and like that could be $20 a classroom.
Yeah.
That can add up quite quickly, and obviously schools would have a hard time finding that money right now.
Absolutely.
So we'll continue to follow this. And if you have a story you want me to look into, Fox43 wants to find out, let me know. Send me a message on Facebook or shoot me an email at fox43findsout@fox43.com.